In the previous lesson, we discussed how to use the filters in the queries. So if we go back to the query panel, so we can see here that we are using two conditions for the query filter, and we can change this and to or, so you'll get the different number of results. So here the category and list of the values which will be entered as a result of the prompt, whereas the sale price greater than 150, which I'm using it as a constant value. So only one of these two conditions needs to be true because I'm using here the or operator. So if I run, so we will get some results. All right. So basically we are using these filters inside the queries, and we are getting the limited data sets in our tables, and then we can further do some more analysis on the data which is available in the tables. But that is the purpose of using the filters inside the queries, that we don't need to get access to all that 50,000 rows or 100 million rows or whatever. So we are restricting the data from the very beginning. Okay, now if we remove the filters inside the queries, okay, if you can remove the filters just by clicking on this delete icon. So you can remove all the filters, and now you can just run the query again. So here you have access to all of the records, whatever the number of records you have available in the database. And now if you want to apply some filters, you can do so by directly applying the filters on the table or any component, for example chart. Okay, but you have access to full data because you are not applying any filters on the queries. So how to apply filters on the tables? So the first thing you will have to do is to select the table. So make sure you have selected the whole table, and you can verify that by the name, which is block 1, the name of our table. And then under block 1 you have this icon, the filter icon. Okay, so you can click on this filter icon, so you'll have the operator that you can use for the filter icon. And now what you can do is you can drag the object against which you want to use the filter. So let's say we want to filter this table based on the category, so you can select the category and drag it onto the filter section, and you can select the values. So if we want to filter this table for categories based on the boat wear and bermudas and evening wear, which means these three categories will be visible, and we can click OK. So only these three categories are visible on the table. Okay, and if you want to change the values, you can again go back to this filter side, and you can click on these three dots, and here you have the option of change values, and you can go for some other values. Let's say you want to include the casual dress as well, and click OK. So now you have some more values. Okay, and again you can go back, and for example if you click here on manage filters, so in manage filters we have one very useful option, is this operator. Okay, so for example if I cancel this window, so what's currently happening here is that whatever values you are selecting for the table, let's say boat wear and bermudas, evening wear, so the default operator is in list, which means show us all of the values where the category is equal to these four items. Okay, instead of in list, if you say that show us all of the values except these four, so then we'll have to change the operator to not in list. So if we click here on these three dots, and if we say manage filter, so this is where we can change the operator. So instead of saying in list, if we say not in list and click OK, so it will show us all of the values except these four, or the ones that we had selected. Okay, so that's how you can change the operator. So you can again go back here, click on these three dots, manage filter, and you can change any other operator which is more relevant. Okay, All right, so I will just cancel. So that is how you can apply filters. So that is how you can apply filters directly onto the tables.